What's happening, everybody? Steve from the Whiskey Hideaway. Got my buddy Ray up here today, and he has got a very interesting infusion project that he's been working on. So I'm going to let him go ahead and tell you a little bit about the materials that he used and how he did it.
Yeah, well, I wanted to try a little experiment with Evan Williams Bottled in Bond, the 100 proof. It's a bourbon that I typically like just the way it is, but wanted to see if I could make it something special. This is what the product is that we started with. This is what we finished with. And what we did was we infused it with figs, two types of figs, both available on Amazon. I'm sure Steve will have the link. We've got black mission figs, and we've got Turkish figs. And I'll tell you right now, it's good to mention, the Turkish figs are about twice as large as the black mission figs. And what I did was, I got this stainless steel strainer here, fine mesh, that I can drop right into a 32-ounce mason jar. So I put 1,200 milliliters of our Evan Williams Bottled in Bond into the mason jar. 6 of the mission figs, 8 of the Turkish figs, diced them into about 1/4 inch size, 3/8 inch size, threw them into this strainer, dropped that into the 32-ounce mason jar, and let that sit for 4 days, gave it a little shake each day. And this is the product we ended up. You can see it looks quite a bit darker and richer, and I'm looking for that professional opinion from Steve to see what he thinks. I think we created a very complex bourbon with what was a pretty decent bourbon, but very reasonably priced when you want to do a little something special with it.
Well, that's awesome. Let's go ahead and get into this tasting. And I'll pour the original if you want to pour the new stuff.
Sounds good.
All right. Yeah, the color is just amazing and how much that changed. And you said this was only over 7 days, right?
4 days.
Oh, 4 days. 4 days. Wow, 4 days. Let's take a sip of the original.
All right.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh yeah, I love
It's good simple bourbon.
Good simple bourbon, honey, little graham cracker, toasted. You can get a little bit of the barrel on there. You can't ask for more in a low-priced bourbon. So let's give this a sniff before we. It's toned down the ethanol quite a bit.
Yeah, you don't get as much of the alcohol coming off the top.
Right. You know, whenever you have a scotch, where you may get some dark fruit notes, a leather quality to it whenever you're smelling it, like you just got done polishing some fine leather or something like that. See what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm trusting your nose and palate because I know it's better than mine.
All right. Well, let's give it a shot.
All right.
Oh, damn. That is so nice.
Amazing modification.
Oh, wow. What a difference. That is incredible. You know, and there's another note on there. As soon as it hit my tongue, like that rich, dark fruit just covered my palate. Almost a Coca-Cola aftertaste to it.
Almost Coca-Cola, and you still get the spiciness. I
think,
of it.
Oh my gosh. That is luxury that most distillers are searching for, you know.
Cheap luxury is really what it is.
It is indeed. So, like he said, I'm going to throw the links to where he got all this stuff on Amazon. So if you're interested in doing something similar to this, it's obviously a very inexpensive way to upscale your bourbon. So check those links out in the video description. And of course, if you do get a chance to do this, let us know what you think, and come on back to the video and leave us a comment below so that we can see what you thought, or if you made any modifications, let us know, and we'll give it a try too. I do want to try one thing, and we're going to do this in a smaller glass so that we can maybe make another comparison to it. I'm going to put a little bit of this in here. We're going to smoke it. You know, I can't have you up here and just not do a little smoke test, right?
You know, I almost forgot to ask.
I don't do it every time, you know. So here's your. This will be the smoke one, and we'll see. So, and as always, any particular thing that you think would add to your concoction here?
Well, I'm going to trust your choice. You got a better feel for what might work best with that.
Since this has got such a rich, deep flavor in it, and there's not a whole lot of sweetness to it, I would almost say the applewood might give it a little bit of sweetness. Little more subdued than the cherry would be.
Good.
What do you think?
Yeah.
Okay.
That sounds great.
All right. All right, now we have this properly smoked with a little bit of applewood. Let's see what difference it may have made. Cheers. It backed off a little bit. Some of the infusion that you did.
Yeah.
It didn't bring it back to the original, but it does have a little bit more of a sweeter flavor to it.
Right.
That apple just brought it back down, just toned it down a little bit.
Almost like I put it right in the middle of the two.
Yep. So if you're wanting to experience this, this and this right here, I mean, it brought it back down. This is super luxurious and rich, velvet on your tongue. This one right here, it's got a little bit of sweetness, but it still has that luxury that you were looking for in this one. And of course, you know what this tastes like, or at least if you haven't bought a bottle of Evan Williams Bottled and Bond white label, where have you been?
Yeah, absolutely.
Get one for your bar cart. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for joining us here on the Whiskey Hideaway. I think this was a pretty decent tasting. What do you think?
Very good. I love it, and I hope this is useful to some of your viewers.
Awesome. And Ray's got a couple more bottles that he's going to be sharing with us in the future. So we look forward to him coming back and sharing those with us as well. All right. Thanks, bud.
You betcha.